The future cannot be predicted, but the future can be invented. Good day. I am Rachan walking in front of you from Sri Shankara Vidyalaya to talk on the topic Origin of Space to Space Science. To know more about the space, we should know about the space science. So let us see about the space science. Space holds the key for knowing the evolution of the universe. And regarding the space science, it is a study related to space exploration, space travel, outer space, space food, space medicine, and so on. Sometimes astronomy is also referred to as space science, but astronomy is a subdivision of the space science. Now, let us move on to the origin of the universe, evolution of the universe, how the universe was created. The Big Bang theory was the effort of many scientists which was put forward by Sir John Lemaitre, and the term Big Bang theory, Big Bang, was coined by Sir Fred Hoyle. There are many proofs to support this theory. According to the Big Bang theory, in the time t is equal to 0 seconds, the universe sprang up into existence as a singularity. There is nothing prior to that singularity, but there is something after the singularity, and that something is our universe, our baby universe. This singularity is sometimes referred to as primordial atom, but however, it is not currently explained. Where did the singularity come? When did it come? Why did it come? Well, we don't know the answer for it.
All our observable universe came into existence from this primordial atom, which is of the volume of 0. That is, the space, the time, the energy, the matter created out of nothing. In the time 10 power of minus 43 seconds, that singularity expanded into an enormous size due to the process called the inflation. As a result of inflation, the photons, the electrons and the quarks were formed. Then after some years, the protons, electrons and photons were formed. However, these photons were trapped by the electrons. Continuous expansion and cooling, that is 3 lakh years ago, the dark ages came to an end. They formed the neutral hydrogen atoms, and as a result, they released the photons into the space. This release of the photons into the space is now seen under radio telescopes as a cosmic microwave background radiation. This cosmic microwave background radiation is one of the proofs to support that Big Bang theory existed.
Then many galaxies were formed, stars were formed, and so on, so on, so on. And today, this is our present day observable universe. So this is how the Big Bang theory has taken place, and there are many theories to support the Big Bang theory. Number 1, the cosmic microwave background radiation. It supports the Big Bang theory. Number 2, the famous Hubble law supports the Big Bang theory. The Hubble law states that the universe expands. At first there was the singularity which inflated into an enormous size, and the process that is inflation, and then came upon this expanding and cooling. And this expanding is due to the presence of an unknown energy called the dark energy. So now we have finished about the Big Bang theory. So let us move on to the life cycle of stars. How the stars form the galaxies and how the galaxies form the present day universe. So this is the life cycle of the star. Here, the stellar nebulae, which is a cloud of dust, hydrogen and helium, is the basic heavenly body responsible for the formation of stars. The stellar nebulae condenses into the average star or a massive star. In regards to an average star, after a few hundred billion years ago, it will become into a red chain. It will grow into a red chain. An example for our average star is our sun, our own sun. Then this red chain the crust of this red chain will fade away, giving a product called byproduct. Then let us consider massive stars. See for example, Betelgeuse, the star Betelgeuse. The star Betelgeuse after billion years will become into a red supergiant. Then that red supergiant after a few million years, it will explode, and that explosion is said to be supernova. The supernova, they give either of the two product, namely the neutron star or the black hole. The neutron star is a fast spinning star which rotates about 2000 times per second, leaving out a large amount of radio frequencies, which is another product is black hole. The black hole is formed because of the collision of the star within itself due to heavy gravitational force than the pressure of the star. As a result, the black hole is formed. No light will escape into the black hole. So the margin around the black hole is said to be the event horizon. Anything which reaches into black hole can never return back. However, Stephen Hawking and many other scientists say that time travel is possible if one defies the gravity of the black hole, moves around the black hole, time will go slow. Even light cannot escape due to the gravity of the black hole. The black hole cannot be detected under the normal telescope because, like the black body in the thermodynamics, they are black in color and so they cannot be detected in the telescope. However, using gravitational telescope, it can be found. Any person, let me tell some person, Mr. X as an astronaut is approaching near a black hole, each atom of his body will be stripped and will be sent into the black hole. So this process will be sent into the black hole. So this process is said to be fabrication.
Considering this as a space-time fabric, the fabric which is mentioned by Sir Albert Einstein. Now let us consider this to be the moon. When I place the moon in the space-time fabric, the gravitational pull is very less, meaning the mass is very less. Now, when we place the earth, the mass is somewhat increased, and thereby the gravitational force is also increased. And for the time being, let us consider this as a black hole. When I place the black hole in the space-time fabric, the mass is very less. As a result, the gravity will be more high. This will be a great factor for the time travel. The black hole has more gravity, thereby time moves around it very slowly. The more heavier the gravity is, the more slower the time will go. The more heavier the mass is, the more slower the time will go.
Origin of space science, that is from rocket to satellite. We possess a natural curiosity to ask the question why. As a result of curiosity, Sir Nicholas Copernicus found that the earth is spinning around the sun and not is the center of the universe. A similar example for curiosity of human beings is the first invented telescope by Galileo, the Galilean telescope, which uses a convex and a concave lens.
The telescopes kept in the Earth stations have disturbances in their images. This is due to the refraction of light through the atmosphere. So, the Hubble Space Telescope is set in the space to avoid the disturbance of light traveling from the heavenly bodies. The Hubble Space Telescope consists of a parabolic dish and an aperture to close that opening. There are presence of solar rays. Then the light entering to the parabolic dish is magnified, and then those magnified images are sent as radio signals to the Earth stations. The cross section of the Sun or any other star. This is the core. This is the convection zone. This is the photosphere, and there are many sunspots. The core has the highest temperature. The radiations from the core are the gamma rays. Then the gamma rays move through the convection zone and through the photospheres. When reaching the convection zone, the energy of the gamma rays reduce, and at the surface it reduces to the radio frequencies. These radio frequencies are collected using the radio telescopes.
All bodies release many radiations, namely the radio frequency, that is RF. These radio frequencies are used for detecting the extraterrestrial intelligence. These are used by the SETI, that is Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Organization. The SETI uses complicated radio telescope for detecting these extraterrestrial, that is ETs. Now, I have made an amateur radio telescope which consists of a satellite dish and also is the LNB, that is low noise block. The satellite dish receives the radiations from the sun, that is the radio frequencies from the sun, and concentrates towards the LNB. the LNB passes over those signals through the coax cable and it is switched to the satellite finder. So now I am adjusting the satellite finder. So we can find, because of the increase in the radio frequency, and they use these data for knowing the solar activities and Jupiter activities. However, the complex radio telescope detects cosmic microwave background radiation.
The real problem with the question of what was the Big Bang is ultimately a biological one. We cannot assume an event without a cause. 100 years ago, we couldn't have imagined that our galaxy is only one. 200 years ago, we couldn't have imagined that every star is about 30,000 light years away. 500 years ago, we couldn't have imagined that the Earth has revolved around the Sun. There are many other questions. Similarly, if God created the universe, then, if God created the universe, then who created the God? These are all because of our biological problem. Anyway, for these questions, there will be answers soon enough, and then we have to accept those answers. Until then, this is Rachan signing off. Tata, bye bye.